everybody, Guitar Tutor Leads, and for this video we're going to talk about slide guitar. Slide, got the slide here. Sometimes people call it a bottleneck. In the past people used to cut medicine bottles and use them on the pink, but for this one we just use a piece of plastic like the slide you buy from any shop. Okay, so what can we say about slide guitar? Well, there's a few things. Let me mention a few things about how you hold your fingers. So it makes sense to keep these fingers down and to mute your strings if you like. You get better sound. So if I give you the example, play like a C note here, like in an A-shaped chord, and if you keep your fingers down, get a nice solid sound. So the muting and getting a clean sound, that is one of the things which is crucial with playing slide. There are actually quite a few things to mention about it, but I want to keep it really simple, and there's a lot of personal things as well, personal taste, how people go about it. I like to wear the slide on my pink, because you can still use your other fingers as well to play. I tend to do that a lot, so you can play little riffs. So if I do again this one, you do. Whereas if you had it like on your on this finger, like, yeah, you got less fingers to use. But that's just a personal thing, as I said, you know. But you can practice using the slide on your ring finger, not your ring finger, sorry, on your pink. The other thing, what kind of slide do you use? Well, again, that's personal. I like the sound of these because it gives a glassy sound. They're not glass, they're like plastic, hardened plastic or something like that. I've used also the metal ones and the bronze type, and they give a different sound. You can notice it, and it's just personal preferences, really. That's all. About your guitar, well, this is a guitar with single coils, but it also has a humbucker. So humbuckers give a bit of a darker sound. That may be good for slide, but again, it depends on what you like. I mean, even with single coils, I think I've got my tone control a little bit down. So listen to that, it's a bit brighter now. Yeah, I didn't have that, so actually you can use single coils. You can mimic the sound of a humbucker. But a bit of a darker sound may be good for it to cut through, to be full. The slide is like bass. It's all about getting a good sound. You don't tend to play like a lot of notes. You can play quick, but the nature of the slide, you know, you get a nice solid sound. Another thing, vibrato. So when you hang on to a note, do that. Like wiggle your finger to get a nice vibrato tone. That's good to practice as well. Another thing about the guitar, I like to play slide on just a regular guitar, so I don't have a specific guitar for a slide, but I have to say my action is a tad higher than how most people probably like it. That helps, because if you've got a very low action, you'll find your slide will rattle on your frets. No matter how good your technique is, because in the beginning you may get that anyway, that that it sort of bumps on the frets. You don't want that. You want a smooth sound, and raising your action a little is a good thing to do. You can also have a specific guitar for slide. That's again up to you if you want that with a higher action. String gauge, again, I use fairly thick strings, 09s, and I've got in the bottom 46 and 56, which is not from a standard 011 set, because I like that. That's the main thing, but it does help with playing slide as well. It does give you a full sound. I do have some chords in the pedal looped. It's just a very basic sequence. It goes from C to a G, again a C, a G, and then it goes to F, then it goes to G, and then it goes to C. So I want to bring that up and give you a few different ideas of how you can play over that. I've got a melodic way to play over it, basically making a melody, and then another way is what you hear often people do, like play harmonically. So you can follow the chords and use your slide to emphasize the chords to give a particular effect. So I'll bring it up. Play harmonically, melodically over it, basically playing a little melody. Was like a little melody. Another thing, I tend to play often with my fingers using slides. I prefer that from playing like with a plectrum, because also you can get like with a claw hammer, you can get several strings going, which is again what a lot of people tend to do. So now I'm going to bring the pedal up again and then playing harmonically. Now a shape which works very well is the A shape. So I've got in the pedal C. There you got your C shape, or sorry, A shape for the C chord. Then it goes to a G, well there's the open strings, G, or this one, which I will use as well, and then it goes to an F, F is here, and then it was a G again, and then C. You can even do it without the pedal, so you've heard that, and then use the pedal. So it starts on C. G, back to C. And I'll do it with a pedal. One last thing I want to mention before I want to leave it. What kind of tuning? Well, as you noticed, I use standard tuning. I like standard tuning a lot because standard tuning is so good for so many different things. Yes, I know about alternative tunings. I use them as well and I really love them, but they're very specific. You know, Sonic Youth, they used to in the past do gigs with 25 guitars, have guitar for each song, fantastic, but it takes up a lot of space. So if you want to do gigs with 25 guitars and 25 different tunings, go ahead. But standard tuning, if you can, it works very well, and it's good. So alternative tunings, open G, open E, open D, all of those, and then usually, yeah, using the A shape as well. They work fantastically, but what you'll find is the standard tuning does work very well as well. I think the main thing with this slide is just to get comfortable with the technique and get a good solid sound, and then you're on your way. You can experiment with your guitars and your pickups, what you like, but like I said, so this is like a Strat type of guitar. I've got single coils, so the guitar has been changed a little, so that's the humbug sound. If you listen to the, it's a bit darker. What I'll do is I'll play you out and use the humbug sound, so you heard that as well. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I wanted to emphasize is you can use a slide in how you like, rather than going like, well, you need to do it in this way or that way. The main thing is get a good solid sound and get a nice tone. And you can play melodically, harmonically. You can even make funny noises with it. You see some people doing that as well. Jeff Becker's great at that. He uses that in particular songs. Okay, well that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll just play you out, and then I hope to see you soon again with another video.